This time on SlickWorks, I'm going to be making a tool to make some mesh headlight covers for G-bodies. Very popular with minis. British cars, European cars, even some of the older American stuff like Jeeps. But they do not make it for a 4x6 headlight. You will not find anywhere mesh stone guards for 4x6 headlights. What you can find is these chrome headlight shields, which is what I have on my Monte Carlo lowrider. Very popular with the lowrider scene. But you cannot find stainless mesh stone guards. They make them for a 7-inch round headlight. They make them for a 5x7 headlight like a Jeep Cherokee. They do not make these headlight grills for a 4x6. So today, I'm gonna build a tool so I can pump out headlight grills for 4x6 headlights. So I'm gonna start with this nice dry piece of plywood that I brought inside. Okay, woodworking stuff. So I'm going to need this with a crooked blade. Perfect. I'm gonna need a battery and all the rest will be air tool stuff. So to start out, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put the headlight down and then trace around it. So we wanna get a blank that's the exact shape and exact size of this, and then we need something with that same shape opening to press over it. So the headlights here looks to be maybe 3/8 of an inch, probably closer to a 1/4 inch on the sides, which is gonna work out perfect because our plywood is a 1/2 inch, so it'll stick up off the glass just a little bit. And if it doesn't stick off the glass enough, or if it's actually touching the glass on these parts here, then we can always add extra plates of steel on the plywood to fatten it up a little bit. Okay, so now I have the 3 shapes that I need. So I got my base, I got my die, I guess you'd call it, and then I've got my plate, I guess you'd call it. So I'm gonna go ahead just to make sure that this is the right size. I'm gonna be pounding on this with my rubber mallet. I'm gonna cut out some mesh and see if it works. We don't know. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to go something like this. Well, it's starting to move, but I figured it would do this. It's just eating completely into the wood and chewing the heck out of it. Wow, also it completely split the heck out of my plywood here. Look at that. Okay, well, plate steel, that's what we need. That's what we're going to do. All right. Okay, so I got the second piece built, the top piece, covered everything with wood glue and then sandwiched it all together. So this should be heavy duty enough to pound out those stone guards. We'll see. All right, these two pieces are together. I just pounded in some washers. So on the sides, they roll freely. So we got a lot of room on the sides, maybe even a little too much room. But top to bottom, these washers needed to be hammered in place. So that is a tight fit, because those washers are probably a little bit thicker than that. But we'll see. This whole thing is just a big experiment. Anyways, so it is all together now. All the plates are together. So now I'm gonna drill it out and get ready for my bolt holes. So I gotta run out to Princess Auto, go get some new hardware, and then bolt that thing together, and we'll see if it works. I don't know. In theory, it should. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, well, it is time for its first big test. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick the bolts through. Put my little piece of mesh here, and we'll see if it works. Okay, so we got that. This goes, I guess, anywhere really. Line this up with the top. All right, well, I'm just gonna start buzzing them down, see what happens. Might need to take a hammer and relieve some of the pressure on the top here once we get going, but wow, look at that. Major bend going on there. Relieve that a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna grind out a little of that, but we are so close. So close to getting this thing dialed. All right, did a little bit of grinding, a little bit of adjusting, and now my jig sits flat. So bolted down nice and flat this time. I've just been giving it a few little whacks to help it get comfortable in its new home. And yeah, so I'm gonna pull this off and hold it up to the light and see how it looks. There she goes. Cool. Well, that's definitely on there. Break it off. Oh, I think we did it, guys. I think we gone and done it. So this is what we got going on here. So it kind of fits over one side, but this side it's too tight. Like, look, it's a lot. It is quite a bit too small. You know what? I'm gonna trim it and I'm gonna try. So it turns out it might not be too big at all. Quite the opposite, actually, because we got the front of the headlight and that kind of floats above it, which is what I was going for, and that appears to fit now. So this part, which holds the headlight onto the car, actually sits flush against the face of the headlight. So yeah, so all we need is for this to sit inside here in this frame so that it sticks out in front of the headlight. Well, right when I was about to give up on this thing, I trimmed it down, and this is what we have now. Yep, was not expecting the domed top like that, so it's under tension, which will just deflect rocks even better, but man, how cool is that? But now, got all these ends sticking out on the inside here. So will it even mount up and hold the headlight? Let's go find out. Finally, the plan comes together. Inspired by rally racing or road racing all the way down to Florida. Man, that looks sweet. I can click the headlights on. Yep, that's pretty cool. I would say that's pretty cool. Yeah, awesome. Well, it worked out. Headlights look sweet, but now I gotta make 3 more for the other side and the high beams. And I gotta pull the high beams out and tint them yellow. All right, well now we are getting ready to tint these headlights yellow. And I had a look online, and there's some vintage lights you can buy where they're like $200 US per lamp, which is ridiculous. So I was like, I'm gonna sand them down and then spray them with gold candy, clear coat that. That'll get me my yellow headlights. But I found a better solution. And the better solution is you can buy yellow headlight tint. And the results, look at that. Cost like 20 bucks for both the headlights. That was just my quick practice run. But this one I had already ground down the little nubs on there. So I'll show you what I mean. You see these in each, there's 3 of them on there. But these big nubs, I figured it'd be easier to tint it if they were gone. So on this one, I've already ground them down so they're basically flat. So those won't get in the way at all. So I got one headlight ready to tint. The other one just needs a little grind, and then we'll go ahead and tint that one also. Well, that's a wrap. My vision has come together. I'm gonna show you guys the grand reveal in a second, but if you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button and subscribe. I would appreciate that. 93.6% of people who watch my stuff on YouTube are non-subscribers. Check this thing out. Have a look at this, guys. Pretty sweet, right? Yep. Can't find someone who manufactures those? Make it yourself. I just kind of tossed in the headlight trim as well as the grille. Just placed in there for now so you guys can check out the final effect. But those headlight shields look so sick. I'm glad I took the time to do this because it did take a ton of effort, many days of cutting, gluing, waiting. I'll click the headlights on. That worked out exactly as I wanted it to. More of this car on the way. Up next, I'm going to be doing the custom paint job on the wheels as well as installing the tire lettering on the wheels. You guys are going to get a kick out of that. And then the complete custom paint job, the race car, late 70s, early 80s race car themed paint job on that car is about to go down. Thanks for watching. Bye.